Hi guys, how are you doing? This is techcentury, and today I want to talk to you guys about the successor of the original HTC One, which will probably be called the all-new HTC One. So we'll take a look at the design of this new flagship device from HTC, as well as all the specs. So let's get started after the intro. Now, before we actually start talking about the all-new HTC One, I want to take a minute to just look back at the launch of the original HTC One in 2013. And for a lot of people, myself included, the HTC One was a first. Now, a first where we actually had an Android device that felt great in the hand, that had premium materials, a very elegant skin, and just overall a superior product that we haven't seen before. So of course, a big part of that was the all-aluminum construction. Honestly, something that I would have expected to come from a company like Apple and not HTC, but nonetheless, the aluminum construction was just absolutely amazing. Also, of course, the BoomSound speakers, which were front-facing stereo speakers that just delivered an amazing sound that we hadn't seen before on a smartphone. And last but certainly not least, the ultra pixel camera, which was definitely polarizing because it just had a resolution of 4 megapixels, which was pretty low, but then again was superior in low light. So the HTC One overall was just a great device that really brought a new dimension of premium feel to the Android handsets, and also the Sense 5.0 skin was very elegant and lightweight on the processors, so there were no performance issues whatsoever. And so this definitely gets me excited for the all-new generation of the HTC One that we are likely going to see in just like 20 days away. So let's start talking about what we are likely going to see in the new device. Now, looking at the pictures, we can already see that the all-new HTC One will look very similar to the first generation of the device. Now, for me personally, that's not really a bad thing because I already loved the first generation in terms of just design and also feel in the hand. Of course, we still get the front-facing BoomSound speakers on the HTC One, and while the picture doesn't really give us any information whether these speakers are improved, HTC already released a little ad where they talked about that these speakers will be even better than on the first generation, so I'm definitely looking forward to that, and I just can't wait to hear the even better audio from the BoomSound speakers on the new HTC One. Also, a big change that we see on the front of the device is that we actually don't have capacitive buttons anymore. Now we actually get on-screen buttons, and these are actually now 3 on-screen buttons instead of just the 2 capacitive that we found on the first generation of the HTC One. So for me, that's definitely great to see that we have now 3 buttons. Now, one thing that I'm not really too excited about is that the bezel still seems pretty much the same size as on the first generation, and I always felt like the bezel was a little bit too big. And now, especially since HTC removed the capacitive buttons below the screen, it would have just been great to see at least a little bit bigger screen. But still, it's just nice to see that we have on-screen buttons now and that they're actually 3 and not 2 like on the first generation. Now, the big changes that we see here on the all-new HTC One on the pictures is actually the back. Now, first off, we'll get what seems like a dual tone flash. So we have seen this on the iPhone 5S, for example, and this is basically just a combination of 2 LEDs, which is supposed to just give more natural colors if you use the flash. Also, the big thing that we see right here is that we don't just get 1 camera, but actually we get 2 cameras. So while we've actually already seen 2 cameras on the back of smartphones a couple of years ago when they were actually used to shoot 3D photos as well as also 3D videos, don't worry. The dual cameras on the HTC One are likely not for recording 3D pictures or videos. Actually, a couple of tech blogs talked to companies at Mobile World Congress 2014 in Barcelona that produce these dual camera modules, and they asked them why they actually have 2 cameras and what are the benefits. Now, the big benefits of having 2 cameras is actually that one will be zoomed in all the time. So basically, if you, for example, record video, you have 3 times optical zoom because you have 2 lenses. So that's definitely great to see that now you can actually have an optical zoom instead of just a digital zoom, which will usually just degrade the picture quality big time. So we get an optical zoom likely, and also we'll get better low light performance and just better picture quality overall. So it seems like HTC has a big focus on the camera technology, and I'm just very excited to see what they bring out with these dual cameras. Now, unfortunately, we don't know the resolution yet, but I just hope that we get at least 8 megapixel because this seems to be like a good standard size. We can still look at the pictures, for example, on your computer, and they still look decent, and 4 megapixel on the first generation was definitely too low. Now, in terms of processor, we don't really have any information of the all-new HTC One, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Snapdragon 800 quad-core processor. Now this isn't the latest processor that's coming out of Qualcomm. We actually already have the 803 as well as 805. But if we just look back 1 year, we actually saw the Snapdragon 600 quad-core processor. So HTC doesn't always use like the newest chips from Qualcomm. And even looking at the skin, just Sense overall performed very well on the Snapdragon 600 chip. So I think there will be no performance issues whatsoever with the Snapdragon 800. And this also wraps up my video about the all-new HTC One. HTC actually already released a teaser that we are likely going to see the new HTC One at an event taking place in London on the 25th of March. So it's only about like 20 days to go from now. So I'm very excited for the phone. Let me know what you think of these leaks in the comment section down below. Definitely take them with a grain of salt. We don't really know if this is actually everything that we see in the final phone, or maybe HTC has a couple of aces up their sleeves that we can just hope for. I'm just very excited for the HTC One. I hope that you guys are as well. I love the first generation and I'm sure the second generation won't disappoint. So let me know what you think of the phone in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like as well as also subscribe for many more tech videos. I'm SB from TechCentury. See you next time.